On Location launches with Miami episode Go Location Miami Amara La Negra Trina Moore. What makes Miami one of the hottest and most diverse music scenes? The answers can be found right here in the Recording Academy's premiere episode of the new digital video series, On Location, Miami. In the first episode of the On Location series, host Charlie Travers sets out to explore the diverse music scene and culture in Miami and finds some unexpected people and places along the way. Travers begins her quest at the set of singer-songwriter Amara La Negra's music video for Insecure to get some suggestions on where to find the action in Miami. La Negra is the breakout star of This Love Hip Hop TV show and she dropped Insecure in April. We have Colombians, Cubans, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, we have a little bit of everything, says La Negra. It's so awesome that we all come from different places but we can come together and form what Miami is. There's no better place to start touring Miami's rich, culturally immersed locales than Little Havana. Travers heads to the historic Cuban neighborhood to find authentic cuisine and coffee, and even try her hand at salsa dancing with the locals. On the northern tip of Miami Beach, Travers links up with Trina, one of the first Miami rappers to go national, to do some shopping at Giuseppe Zanotti, an upscale shoe lover's paradise. Trina and Travers peruse the shelves while Trina explains the finer points of how Miami's music scene developed and why it is her permanent home. No tour of a music town would be complete without a visit to a local record store, so Travers heads to Little Haiti to meet up with Recording Academy Florida chapter governor Lauren Lolo Riskin, owner and co-founder of Sweat Records. Riskin not only gives Travers advice on how to dive into the Miami music scene, but also tells the tale of how she opened Sweat Records in 2005 after working at a Virgin megastore. We learn she rebuilt her indie record shop after a hurricane hit the original store 8 months after opening. In their new location, Sweat Records remains a Miami institution. As spread out as Miami is as a city, there's so many people down here who love good music and I really just wanted Miami to have a classic indie record shop, says Riskin. With so much city left to explore, Travers hits Ace Prop House, which houses the Listening Den, a vibey live music space where cell phones are not allowed. Isabella Arca, curator of culture and founder of Prism Creative Group, gives us the lowdown on how this unique space transformed into one of the best rooms in town to hear live music. Anyone who knows Miami knows Wynwood is not just one of the most rapidly growing neighborhoods in the city, it's toward the top of the list nationwide. To get the locals' perspective, Travers grabs poke bowls at 1-800-LUCKY with Walshy Fire, DJ, MC, producer, and member of Major Lazer. Over dinner, Walshy discusses his take on the Miami music scene, looking to cap off an incredible dinner with an equally memorable dessert stop. Travers heads to Wynwood's Mr. Cream for a truly unique ice cream experience, complete with an in-house DJ booth. Co-owned by 2 DJs, including DJ Jimbo Slice, Travers learns how Mr. Cream names its ice cream flavors using hip-hop themes, and how it has become a hotspot for up-and-coming turntablists to polish their skills. Lastly, it's time for cocktails and live music as the tour of Miami comes to a close. The party heads to South Beach Bar Kill Your Idol for custom cocktails and rowdy rock atmosphere. Travers hangs with manager, curator Chris Graham and bartender, event promoter Carlos Torres to hear what makes Kill Your Idol a valuable part of the local music and social community and the backstory behind some of their unusual acute COR. As the drinks are poured, the band plays into the hot Miami night. And if you think Miami is happening, just wait. On Location is music and travel series exploring emerging musical scenes and cultural movements around the country told through the lens of artists, fans and advocates. From off-kilter performance venues, to back-alley record shops that have managed to survive the changing tide, no location is off-limits. Stay tuned for exclusive extras from On Location, Miami as well as additional upcoming episodes as we explore these emerging communities in other well-known locales including Los Angeles, New Orleans and Chicago. See you there. Catching up on music news powered by the Recording Academy just got easier. Have a Google Home device. Talk to Grammys. Recording Academy debuts new music travel series. Recording Academy debuts Location music travel series. One love to travel to hear different kinds of music. Nina Simone with the High Priestess of Soul's wise words in mind. The Recording Academy has launched On Location, a new digital travel series that will take viewers on the road to explore some of America's most musical cities. Hosted by songwriter and explorer at heart Charlie Travers, each installment will take a deep dive into the music, culture, venues and, of course, the people inhabiting some of America's music hubs, all with the goal of finding out what makes these cities tick. The series' debut episode takes viewers on a joyride through the colorful city of Miami, and features an all-star lineup of Miami-based artists including singer Amara La Negra, rapper Trina, DJ, producer Walshy Fire, and Recording Academy Florida chapter governor Lauren Lolo Reskin. The idea of music creators being inspired and influenced by their travels is certainly nothing new, says Justin Dwayne Joseph, Recording Academy Editor-in-Chief, Digital Content Strategy. This series really taps into the pulse of various destinations and their impact through the eyes of a diverse roster of singers, songwriters, music executives, and notables. We are really proud to share their stories, and put the spotlight on these amazing places. Future episodes will highlight the music scenes in Los Angeles, New Orleans and Chicago. Catching up on music news powered by the Recording Academy just got easier. Have a Google Home device talk to Grammys. Is BTS coming to your town? BTS announce world tour include 6 North American cities. BTS gave fans all over the world a nice surprise on April 26, announcing a world tour that will take the pop superstars to 11 cities across Asia, Europe, and North America. News of the tour came via Big Hit Entertainment's Twitter account and promised additional shows will be added. Coined the Love Yourself World Tour after the group's series of releases by the same name, the trek kicks off in Seoul, South Korea August 25–26 before heading to the US for shows in Los Angeles and Oakland, California. Additional North American dates include Fort Worth, Texas, Hamilton, Ontario, Newark, New Jersey, and Chicago. The tour then heads to 4 European cities, wrapping up for now in Paris October 19–20. On May 18, BTS will release Love Yourself, Tear, the latest in the aforementioned series following 2017's Love Yourself, her EP. The new album will be their third length following 2014's Dark Wild and 2016's Wings. BTS will also make a US appearance on May 20 when they take the stage in Las Vegas at the Billboard Music Awards. The group has also promised to debut a brand new song at the event. This isn't the first world tour for these Korean pop sensations. BTS mounted a 40-date tour after the release of Wings that took the group through Asia, South and North America, and Australia. Ticket information for the Love Yourself World Tour is still forthcoming. Catching up on music news powered by the Recording Academy just got easier. Have a Google Home device talk to Grammys inside Grammy Museum Experience Prudential Center Boss Swift Education. More inside New Jersey's Grammy Museum Experience. In October 2017, the Grammy Museum Experience Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey, opened its doors to curious musical minds of all ages, offering one-of-a-kind artifacts, interactive exhibits and mementos of Grammy history. With a focus on New Jersey-born artists such as Whitney Houston, Bruce Springsteen and Jersey Boys, and the recent opening of the Taylor Swift Experience, the exhibit space is alive with the spirit of music's rich, and growing, legacy. Today, there is a palpable sense of excitement bouncing off the walls of the experience. It can be felt from the moment you step into the Grammy Award statuette-lined entry room, and it can be seen in the eyes of new director Rashida Cruz. A professor at Monmouth University's music industry program, Cruz now focuses her unique blend of industry and education experience toward building meaningful programming for the museum. During her 20-year career, Cruz has taught several music industry courses and mentored her students through the process of building their own student-run record label, Blue Hawk Records. Her new role of building out the experience's educational resources to support the future minds of music starts with a deep-rooted understanding of New Jersey's celebrated musical past. Just behind me we have a huge archive with New Jersey legends, everyone from Bruce Springsteen to Whitney Houston to Bon Jovi, who just performed here at the Prudential Center this past weekend, to the Sugar Hill Gang. So many artists who have been an integral part of music, says Cruz. It's right in the middle of the museum so everyone can see it. We really want to shine a light on their contributions to music. While New Jersey's musical legacy is often overlooked, it takes center stage at this museum, showcased by a collection of personal instruments, clothing and keepsakes from a diverse mix of musical legends. After just a few minutes of perusing the exhibit, the Garden State's deep impact on music can be felt in a big way. The museum allows us to celebrate the great music tradition of the state, but also teach people about it as well, says Grammy Museum founding executive director, Bob Santelli. The great Count Basie. Most people don't know he was born in Red Bank. The Four Seasons. Jersey Boys is such a part of American culture now. It's the story of four kids from Newark. What we have the opportunity to do is unveil so many great artists that people either know and admire, but didn't know were from Jersey, or we turn them onto music or artists they didn't know were Jersey-based. The museum saw an influx of visitors last week when the Taylor Swift Experience opened on April 6. The exhibit gleams with Swift's immaculate stage costumes, Grammy outfits, childhood possession, instruments, interactive dancing jukebox, and much more. In a compilation of rare home video and live footage, you can watch Swift singing as a toddler, heading off to her first day at school, taking the stage at county fairs, wowing a radio DJ with an improvised jingle, and performing in front of sold-out crowds the world over. Any aficionado of music will find this exhibit genuine, vibrant and moving, while Swifties will find themselves in pure heaven. But the mission of the experience doesn't stop at celebrating New Jersey's musical past and hosting exclusive collections from today's hottest artists. Cruz and Santelli are determined to engage the youth with music in a meaningful and lasting way. The emphasis has been, and always will be, reaching out to school groups and kids, says Santelli. This museum is really designed to connect with young people. Not just kids who want to be the next Taylor Swift or Beyoncé or Justin Timberlake, but kids who we hope will appreciate music more and understand more. One way the experience accomplishes this is through interactive musical exhibits. Rather than stand back and watch how music is made, visitors can get their hands dirty, play instruments in the Roland Live exhibit, mix multi-tracks within the studio, and even jump in the booth to hop on the mic with Wyclef Jean as he leads you through the fundamentals of the hip-hop feel. Students can really immerse themselves in some of the tools and learn some of the techniques that are used to make music today, says Cruz. The difference between watching and doing is huge, and it's most apparent at the museum's exclusive drum lesson from Max Weinberg of Bruce Springsteen's E Street Band. As you take a seat in the drummer's throne and take the sticks, Weinberg takes you through the basics of playing one of the Boss' biggest hits, including Born in the USA. If you're from Jersey, that could be an important song for you. But when you hear Max on record, you're not thinking about it so much. It may be just basic snare shots, says Santelli. When you start to put together some of the things he's doing, all of a sudden it gets quite difficult, and that's deliberate. We want to show you that the artistic process is something that requires great skill and creativity, which will allow you to appreciate it more. After a quick personal run-through of the drum parts from Weinberg, the video cuts to festival concert footage of Springsteen counting off the song live, and the adrenaline begins to flow. The snare is no longer just a sound on a record, but it becomes the lifeblood of the song, accentuating the Boss' impassioned vocals and driving an endless sea of screaming fans absolutely wild. And then it does get quite difficult, as Santelli points out, and you learn that while the hi-hat, kick drum and snare are all individual pieces of the kit, they must be played with a cohesive feel, groove, and musicality that musicians spend their whole lives mastering. This aha moment represents what makes the experience such a valuable educational resource. The Max Weinberg Interactive demonstrates what this museum can be and should be. Here's where we got cooperation from a major artist who saw the educational merits in what we're doing and basically gave me his time and talent to tell a story, and that I'm most appreciative of, because it doesn't happen every day. This kind of support from superstar members of the music community continues to lay the groundwork for the outreach, but spreading the word to area schools that these resources are available represents the next step for the experience. We're having our first Teachers Open House on April 12 here at the Grammy Museum, Cruz says. It's an opportunity to expose teachers to some of the educational resources here, get feedback from them as to what programming they would like to see here, and connect with them to let them know that we are here so they can bring their students and enjoy the experience. With educational programming taking shape, and a knockout location inside Newark's Prudential Center, the Grammy Museum experience is primed to extend its reach across the surrounding communities and create a hub for musical growth and exploration. The key to this Grammy Museum experience will be its public programs and the education programs, says Santelli. It's great to come see the exhibits, it's great to try out the interactives, but really where we're going to make the biggest impression on the community is with what we do with young people in Newark and the surrounding cities, because these kids never had the opportunity music-wise that we're going to be able to give them. Kids in Los Angeles have that. Kids in the Mississippi Delta now have that, thanks to the Grammy Museum in Mississippi, and now kids in the greater metropolitan area, particularly Newark, will have it as well. We're going to be able to allow them the opportunity to interact with our music tradition in a way that wasn't possible before. That will start with this summer. That's what I'm most excited about, to be honest. Catching up on music news powered by the Recording Academy just got easier. Have a Google Home device talk to Grammys.